Pahrump, are you getting tired of being capped on your internet? Well, not anymore. Wave Direct has no data caps, and with great local customer service, why go anywhere else? 30-day trials are available. Call 775-253-3887.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Tonight on News 46, the sheriff's candidates sound off at a forum at the Nugget. Amargosa Days will be held this weekend, and crowds enjoy bluegrass at the park during the extravaganza. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 7th, 2014. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, the Pahrump Nugget is hosting candidates debate night in conjunction with K9 Radio's Karen Jackson. Last night was the sheriff's candidates.
Mr. Beck, with a lot of the monies for the sheriff's departments coming from grants, should you lose that experienced grant writer, what would you do to secure further grants for the department?
It's just a matter of filling the void. No different than anybody else. If they resigned or retired, you would find somebody that's qualified, give them proper training, and put them into that position. It's no different than when Rick Marshall learned. He did not come to the department as a grant guru. He learned on the job. And actually, if I become sheriff, I'll be asking the question why we don't have more grants. If there are more available that we're eligible for, we should be applying for them and working harder to save the citizens of Nye County money. Thank you.
Mr. Marshall.
Well, I don't plan on going anywhere.
I don't know if you could effectively answer this question because you're the grant writer.
I can answer the question. I'm not the only grant writer on our department. I have trained 2 other people to write grants. I personally have brought in $22 million in grants and have provided for everything from personnel to equipment to remodeling of buildings.
Time to do an analysis of all of the activities, the calls for service, the areas that are lacking because of budgetary problems, but you also have to take the steps necessary to show that you're not wasting money to start with. You have to know what you need to provide service-wise, countywide. You got to be able to break down and analyze what manpower you need to do that, what equipment is necessary to do it.
When I was in the Department of Corrections and I promoted to captain and chief investigator, I ran the Central Background Investigations Unit for California. I had under my charge 17 sergeants, 2 lieutenants, and a combination of various ancillary staff. It was my job to maintain the budget and the vehicles, discipline the staff, as well as make sure that there was candidates coming in on a constant basis to fill the ranks of peace officer for the California Department of Corrections.
Well, first of all, it's solely dependent on the Sheriff's Department to live within their budget, as it is with all of us. And I'm totally committed to take full responsibility of balancing that budget.
Well, tonight are the candidates running for Nye County Commissioner. Tomorrow night will be the remainder of the seats. It will begin at 6 p.m. each night at the Pahrump Nugget. Well, 45-year-old Dorothea Shute was sentenced to 10 years to life in prison for possession of more than 100 grams of heroin. The mother of 3 young children took a plea deal after being taken into custody in the Smith's parking lot last year. She allegedly has already been convicted in the past of 5 other previous felonies in which she served probation. Well, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the annual Amargosa Days.
The Amargosa Days can be a lot of fun. It's coming up on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of May. We're going to have just a whole bunch of vendors, food, fun, games for the kids, crafts, contests. We're very fortunate this year. We're going to have part of the Oasis Ranch collection, antique farm equipment, car shows.
Some things that you haven't had before, like what's this pig wrestling thing going on?
There'll be equestrian events. There's going to be some barrel racing, a lot of other things to do out there. Everybody can get involved in, even some kids events out there. As I understand, there's going to be some goats out there, maybe some pigs out there. A lot of fun for everybody, the whole family.
The parade?
Parade is going to be great. We've got a lot of participants this year, including our Beatty High School band, which is going to the USS Midway down in San Diego to perform later on this summer, and there's actually going to be a preview of that concert this year.
Wow. So what time does all these events start? And I know you guys have a website, right, too, as well?
Yeah, amargosadays.org is the website. Everything kind of kicks off on Friday night at about 5 p.m. That's going to be our Mexican night. Mexican food, Mexican events. There's scheduled to be a hot pepper eating contest. We'll see if that happens or not. There's going to be a Mexican DJ out there, so it should be a real fun night. Everything kicks off on Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Walk, run, parade at 9 o'clock, and then the vendors will all be set up and in full swing. And then there's food and events throughout the day.
And then Sunday, what time does it start again?
It starts again at 9 o'clock on Sunday. There's a Mother's Day brunch on Sunday. The full schedule is actually on the website, amargosadays.org. You'll see the schedule up there.
And coming up, we have your health tip of the week regarding cataracts.
I'm Norma Jean with Realty Executives in Action. Do you have any real estate plans for 2014? Why not put your plans in the hands of an executive? It costs no more to have the very best. Put our experience to work for you.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Albertsons. You're in for something fresh.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, cataracts are most commonly found in older adults. They can impair vision, how well you see colors, and cause problems with depth perception and balance. Vision problems have also been associated with the risk of bone fractures. A new study examines the association between having cataract surgery and hip fracture risks in older Americans.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
I'm just going to go take your blood pressure.
94-year-old retired Professor Melvin Seaman is being prepped for cataract surgery.
I've had my right eye done, and my left eye will be done today. So far, it's been quite easy.
He and his wife are avid readers. He still drives and stays active by walking every day. So good vision is important to him. Dr. Kevin Miller and his team from the Jules Stein Eye Institute at UCLA are performing the operation.
Cataracts can actually cause decreased vision and visual impairment, and this can cause problems with your balance. It also can cause problems with your depth perception. And all of these things can increase your risk of falling and then going on to have a hip fracture.
Dr. Ann Coleman, also from the Jules Stein Eye Institute at UCLA, and co-authors examined data from more than 1 million Medicare beneficiaries from 2002 to 2009 who were diagnosed with cataracts.
Let me take a look at this other eye.
Almost 39% underwent cataract surgery, the others did not. Researchers then compared hip fracture rates in both groups.
Individuals who had cataract surgery had lower rates of hip fractures in the year after the cataract surgery. This was more so in individuals who had diseases such as osteoporosis and glaucoma. We did see that it was protective if you're 75 and older, but it was the 80 to 84-year-olds that really had the most benefit.
After Melvin's surgery is complete, he's looking forward to renewing his driver's license and seeing bold colors again.
You look at the ocean, it looks very blue on the right eye and not so blue on the left, so I can certainly see that it improves your vision and stability and all the rest of it.
For 1 week, you'll be wearing the shield.
If you can get better vision with cataract surgery, not only is it going to improve your vision and your quality of life, but it's also going to help protect you possibly from having a hip fracture.
Catherine Dolph, The Judge.
Researchers also say this study is the largest and most comprehensive on the association between cataract surgery and fracture risk. Well, the Wild West Extravaganza joined forces with the annual Bluegrass Festival this year. According to Dan Schinhoffen, it looks like they might repeat the pairing for next year's event.
Well, we've joined with the Wild West Extravaganza. We're happy to be a part of this group now and get them out of fall. And we're both now in May, first weekend in May. Works out well for both of us. I take care of the music, they do all the rest, and it's been great. And we started the Bluegrass Festival with the VFW. The VFW is still involved with us, and we're real grateful for them.
So how do you like Petrick Park?
It's okay. I kind of like the eye because it's small and whatever, a little cozier, but, we have the junior rodeo things happening over here, and it gives us more room to grow, so it's been good.
How many bands do you have performing this weekend?
Oh, I don't know, about 10 different groups.
You too?
I played a bit, yeah.
So we got some bands on stage right now. This will be going all the way through Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to go through Sunday about 3, 4, who knows. The last group is going to be out of the desert. They're playing tonight at 7. There's a melodrama going on too. But tomorrow at 2 o'clock we'll do the raffle. Wheelbarrow full of beer and 9 other prizes you can win.
So this is our annual Bluegrass Festival. Do you think next year it'll be joined as well with the Wild West Extravaganza?
So far, yeah. I think we've worked well together, and I wouldn't have any objections to it. I hope they don't. I think again that it's a good fit for both of us.
And details emerged today of an apparent Boko Haram attack on a Nigerian village in which at least 150 people died, the latest in a series of attacks on and abductions of schoolgirls attributed to the group. Militants dressed up in military uniforms backed by armored personnel carriers shouted, "God is great," while firing rocket-propelled grenades and tossing improvised bombs into a crowded outdoor marketplace. They then set fire to buildings where people had tried to take shelter from the violence. Well, before we head into our break, we have 4 VIP passes for the San Gennaro Feast and 6 courtesy ride tickets to the first caller of the 5 p.m. news. You can call 775-727-9400, extension 201 to claim your prize. And stay with us because coming up next, we want to know if you want to know what's going on in entertainment this week, keep it here because Deanna O'Donnell will have just that after this break.
Pahrump Early Learning Academy, our goal is to provide a complete nurturing environment for the growth and development of the whole child, socially, emotionally, physically, and intellectually. Children are natural explorers and need hands-on experiences to help stimulate their own imaginations. We strive to meet the needs of each individual child at their developmental level through planned activities, plus help each child attain a higher level of achievement. Call 751-5335 for more information.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. Now here's your entertainment this week with Deanna O'Donnell.
Emma Stone is quickly becoming one of Woody Allen's favorite stars to work with. The actress has signed on to the filmmaker's upcoming project that already stars Joaquin Phoenix. Allen is expected to write, direct, and produce the film as he has in the past. Like a lot of filmmakers, Allen's also known to repeatedly work with certain actors, and it looks like Stone might be joining that league. This summer, the 25-year-old star will be in Allen's Magic in the Moonlight, a romantic comedy. The movie opens on July 25th. Stone is also currently starring in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Clay Aiken, the American Idol star turned congressional hopeful, holds a razor-thin margin over opponent Keith Crisco in North Carolina's Democratic primary for a U.S. House seat. With all precincts reporting, Aiken has a 40.83% of the vote, with Crisco falling slightly behind at 39.4%. If the margin holds up, Aiken would exceed the 40% threshold needed to avoid a runoff. While only 369 votes separate them, Aiken's tiny advantage is still outside the 1% margin to stave off a recount. Ben Affleck is banned from playing blackjack at a Las Vegas casino. The actor was at the Hard Rock when he was asked to leave after security told him, "You're too good at the game." The actor was told he could play another game at the casino. A source did not say whether the casino security accused Affleck of card counting. Counting cards is not illegal, but it's frowned on by casinos and can lead to a ban by a gaming establishment. Affleck is the father of 3 children with his wife, actress Jennifer Garner. They were reportedly in Vegas for a quick getaway before the actor began shooting Batman vs. Spider-Man. Affleck has been cast as Bruce Wayne in the upcoming film. Heroin is likely to have played a role in the death of Peaches Gildoff, the daughter of musician Bob Gildoff and the late Polly Yates. The 25-year-old TV presenter was found dead last month at her home in Wrotham, Kent, southeast of London. Gildoff, who is married with 2 sons under the age of 2, was only 11 years old when her own mother died of a drug overdose. Gildoff's body was found by her husband, rock musician Tom Cohen, on April 7th after he became concerned when he couldn't contact her. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your entertainment this week.
Thank you, Deanna. Well, Niger Innis is a congressional candidate. We caught up with him at the Pahrump Nugget.
The campaign is going fabulous. There's so much enthusiasm. I think, you have these unique periods, like 2010, 1994. I think this is even more unique because the country is going in the wrong direction. And now we have the opportunity to not only take back the Senate, hold on or increase our numbers in the House of Representatives, but send the right kinds of Republicans, limited government conservatives to Washington, D.C. to roll back. And that's what we're going to need. We're going to need, and God is probably going to get me in trouble, we're going to need some revolutionaries. We're going to need some folk that are willing to take on the established, the status quo, the politicians that have been there and cut the deals with the special interests, even if they're in our own party, and fight for the American people.
What do you mean by the right type of Republican?
Well, I mean one that is, look, every Republican platform, the Nevada Republican platform, the National Republican platform is rock solid. There should be no libertarian wing or libertarian movement that's separate from the Republican Party, because if the Republican Party reflected the principles of the platform, they would be right in the family and feel right at home.
Do you think that they've really split that much in recent years?
I think that during the Bush years they did, but I think thanks to people like Senator Paul, I'm not endorsing him for president. I might, but I haven't. I'm wide open. But thanks to people like Senator Paul and Justin Amash in Michigan, there is a growing libertarian wing within the Republican Party that I'd say there's enough room for all of us. There's enough room for hawks. There's enough room for libertarians. But I think we all agree that the fiscal insanity that's going on in Washington, D.C. is just not sustainable. If you are a military hawk, a national security hawk, you've got to know that when competitors, economic competitors, and maybe someday military competitors own your debt, that's a national security crisis. So I think the thing that unifies all of us is an idea and a desire for limited government and fiscal responsibility.
Now let's join Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Wednesday, May 7th. I'm Angela Miles. It's official. The blockbuster Alibaba IPO is coming to the U.S. stock market. Documents reportedly were filed with the SEC Tuesday night. Alibaba is the Chinese version of Amazon. The company filed for a $1 billion IPO. However, some estimates value the company above $100 billion, making it the biggest ever. Yahoo has a 24% stake in Alibaba and stands to reap $10 billion from the IPO. Options players are already lining up to potentially potentially make money on a move in Yahoo. A free fall in Twitter. Shares sold off nearly 18% Tuesday in very heavy trading as the lockup period for early investors ended. Twitter is down 30% from its much hyped IPO last November. And coffee prices have a case of the jitters. A rust disease is threatening the 2015 crop and will eventually trickle down to higher prices for consumers. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
And folks, coming up after these messages, we're going to have Noah Began with your weather, so keep it here.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Wednesday, May 7th. Today we had partly cloudy skies with a high of 74 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 86 degrees, so it's a little on the chilly side today. Winds were coming from the west at 8 miles per hour with gusts up to 20 miles per hour. The UV index today was 9, which is very high. Humidity was at 24%. Sunrise was at 5:45 this morning, and the record high in 1989 was 102 degrees. Tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 74 degrees. Your average temperature on this time of year being 63 degrees. Winds will be coming from the northwest at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 8 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 25%. Sunset will be at 7:37 p.m. And the record low in 1938 was 41 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 79 degrees and a low of 58 degrees. Winds will be coming from the southwest at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 23%. Sunrise will be at 5:44 a.m. and the UV index will be 9, which is very high. Well, it looks like the clouds will be clearing up as we go into Saturday. Your high temperatures for this next 7 days will be ranging from the high 70s to the mid 90s, and your low temperatures will be ranging from the mid 50s to the high 60s. Well, it's looking like it's going to start getting sunnier and warmer as we go into this half of our week. Certainly looks like summer is on its way. I'm Noah Began for News 46. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Noah. And folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell. And from everyone up here at News 46, we hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Until then, good night.